What's the strangest favor anyone's ever cashed in on you? Mine came as a voicemail at 6:40 on a Monday morning. I was still half asleep when I heard her voice. It's Ren. I need that favor. My grandfather's 90th is Saturday, and I need you to come as my husband. Wear gray. I'll text you the address. Ren Hollis, the woman who kept me from washing out of my apprenticeship 4 years ago. I was 23, drowning, about to lose my spot in the electrical program because I couldn't pass the code exam to save my life. She was a year ahead and spent an entire winter walking me through it, 3 nights a week, for nothing. I passed. I have a career because of her. At the graduation party, I told her, beer in hand, that I owed her anything, anytime, forever. I hadn't heard from her in 3 years, and now here it was. Playing somebody's husband for an afternoon seemed like a small price. If I'm honest, there was also a part of me that had always wondered what would have happened if I'd said something back then. When I picked her up Saturday, she opened the door in a gray dress and I forgot what I was going to say. But her face was pure business. She handed me a printed page. Actually printed. It said details at the top and had bullet points. Married 2 years, met at a hardware store, I call her Rennie. Our anniversary is in October. 2 years, she said, straightening my collar without looking at me. You proposed on a hiking trail. Don't improvise. On the drive, she explained. Her family had spent years trying to steer her toward a family friend's son, and she was tired of the conversation. This shuts it down for a while. She didn't say another word for 20 minutes. Then we pulled into the lot. She breathed in, took my hand, and became somebody else entirely. Ready, babe? Bright smile. It didn't reach her eyes. The party was in a community hall with paper lanterns and 100 folding chairs. Her grandfather gave a speech about her grandmother, who died in February, and I looked over and Ren was crying. I handed her my handkerchief without thinking about it. She looked startled, then took it. Somewhere in the next 2 hours, I stopped acting. When her uncle told a long story I couldn't hear over the music, I leaned down so she could repeat it in my ear. When her aunt cornered us by the sheet cake and said, loud enough for the table, "This one's a lot better than Corbin," Ren went stiff at the name, and I squeezed her hand and asked the aunt about her potato salad until the moment passed. Then the band played something slow and her grandfather asked everyone to dance, and Ren counted steps under her breath the entire first minute like she was working a problem. "Hey," I said, "stop solving it, just follow me." She looked up, and for about 3 seconds every wall came down. Then she put her head against my shoulder and we just moved, and I remember hoping the song was longer than it was. Her cousin pulled me aside later while Ren was outside on the phone. She squeezed my arm and said, "Thank you for making her happy, even if it's just today." I didn't know what to do with that. Driving her home, I couldn't hold it. I said the day hadn't felt fake to me, that it felt like something real. She went completely still. When I stopped at her building, she was out of the car before it settled. "You were great. Perfect husband. We're square now." Rushed. Cold. Door shut. I sat there in the lot like an idiot for 10 minutes. Sunday morning, her cousin texted me that I'd left my jacket and to meet her at a diner. When I got there, my jacket was on the seat and a battered spiral notebook was on the table. Ren's code prep notebook from 4 years ago. "She will absolutely kill me," her cousin said, and slid it over. The margins weren't code notes. He brought coffee without asking. He waited outside in the snow so I wouldn't walk to my car alone. He got ionization and his whole face changed. Page after page of moments I'd been in and completely failed to see. Then her cousin told me the rest. Nobody had ever tried to set Ren up with anyone. Corbin was a guy who'd told her she was too intense when she finally admitted how she felt, and she'd never really tried again. She'd taken a job in Denver starting the 15th. The favor was her last swing before she gave up on it for good. I drove straight there. She opened the door in pajamas with her eyes swollen, and I held up the notebook before she could speak. She went white. "Oh God, that's humiliating." I kissed her. When we came apart, I kept my hands on her face. I needed help with a lot more than code. She laughed and cried at the same time. "What about Denver?" "I hear it's nice," I said. "Besides, I still owe you." The favor was one day.